The mining industry was once a substantial contributor to the growth of the Nigerian economy, accounting for approximately 4 to 5% of the GDP in the 1960s and 1970s. But everything changed when crude oil was discovered.
Guys, another wahala don't burst for National Assembly. Yes, in this video we are going to be unveiling Nigerians' hidden syndicates, the shocking truth behind illegal mining allegations. Now, imagine a country bleeding out billions of dollars annually while its citizens suffer from economic hardship and relentless debt. Yes, now imagine a high-ranking politician pointing fingers at retired generals allegedly complicit in a vast criminal network draining the nation's wealth through illegal mining. This is not fiction. It is the explosive allegations made by Senator Adams Oshimole, the former governor of Edo State. His claims have ignited a national uproar, and today we are diving deep into the controversy, connecting the dots, and asking the questions no one else dares to ask. To understand the gravity of Oshimole's claims, we must first grasp the stakes. Nigeria loses an estimated $9 billion annually to illegal mining, a staggering figure that dwarfs the nation's revenue from other critical sectors. This loss directly fuels the country's dependency on loans, creating a vicious circle of economic stability and poverty. Oshimole's allegations has shattered the silence surrounding the illegal mining by accusing retired generals of orchestrating a syndicate. He has not only implicated the military elites, but also highlighted a deeply entrenched system of corruption. This is not just about illegal mining, it's about power, privilege, and the betrayal of the nation's trust. In a riveting discussion on Arise News, Dr. Ruben Abati, Rofai, Ayo, and Ojinika has dissected the controversy. This debate reveals an uncomfortable truth. Nigerian justice system has long been marred by selectivity, where the powerful often evades accountability. Rofai, in his characteristic no-hold-bar style, argues that even if Oshimole were to name the generals, it wouldn't lead to justice. What good is naming names, he asks, in a system where the law bleeds to protect the elites? His words have struck a nerve reflection on the skepticisms of millions of Nigeria who have seen scandals come and go without meaningful consequences. I'd like us to jump right into Arise News so that you can see the words of Ojinika Okpe, Dr. Ruben Abati, and Ayo that has sparked a revelation about Oshimole's exposition.
In another development, Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Adams Oshiomhole, set social media buzz over the weekend after he alleged that retired military generals are behind the spate of illegal mining activities in the country. The senator made the allegation during a budget presentation on solid minerals development. Well, let's take a look before we come back for some reactions.
Those involved in this illegal mining, they use choppers. They procure arms exactly the same way as our military were doing in the South. They give them arms. They use choppers to come and cut away the gold. And they take them out of this country and make billions of US dollars. And the federal government is not doing what it should be doing. I took this letter to the former president when I was national chairman of APC. And I said, call the general to give you more brief. In fact, what is happening or what subsequently happened in that part of the country was exactly what the general told me was going to happen. Because these guys have been weaponized by the illegal big men who deploy them, secure territories, and the weapon is meant to protect the the Chinese and other foreigners who they actually employ to carry out the mining. And on occasion, they use the same weapon to carry out banditry, kidnapping, and all of the terrible things that are going on.
All right, weighty allegations, Rufai, but this story, had caught the attention of a lot of Nigerians. Let me just take this tweet from Semu, who wrote, "What's Adams Oshimole waiting for? He knows retired generals involved in illegal mining. He should help Nigeria by naming them. Let them come out and say he is lying. Nigerians are tired of all these vague indictments that get no one the pillory. If you know them, name them." And that was my actual rhetoric when I took this story over the weekend on the Sunday morning show. I was like, Adams Oshimole is here saying that, he knows these retired generals. But in fairness to him, he did say that he wrote a letter to the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, and nothing came out of that. I mean, I'm sure that, he cannot be out there naming these generals without any sort of protection. Rufai.
No, but that's apt.
Yeah.
The truth is, you can say you should name them. But what about the ones that have been named in the past? What happened?
That's another question.
That's another question.
Yeah.
Over $9 billion, even more, is lost to illegal mining. The other day, we're talking about Bani community in around that Oyo Kwara area where lithium was being mined. And these people fingered, it was a report on Premium Times, these people fingered that there were police officials that collect bribe for them on the road, security officials across board. Till today, nothing has been done. He's talking about the value ecosystem of, this corruption where the Chinese people connive with state actors. And you see that they get military support and they get security protection. So the ones that have been written before, people will overlook them. You know why? Because in Nigeria, they will say, okay, we don't want to be seen as, denigrating the members of the armed forces. It's going to destroy the institution. And that's why corruption thrives in this country. Over most of the mining that is done in this country is illegal. We've seen how people come to cut away our mineral resources that could have worked for us.
Yeah.
But some people obviously are higher than the states. And that's the sad reality. So when you say name, even if he names, what has happened? Look at the case of Obasa. They've made grave allegations against him in public till today. The EFCC have not picked it up. Is Yaya Bello that their veins will be very strong arts? Is Yaya Bello that their veins will be very... the words of someone was telling somebody has to bring a petition. Nobody brought any petition in Yaya Bello's case. Why can't EFCC investigate him? But you see, in this country, this same Oshimole himself was the one saying one day that if you join the APC, your sins are forgiven. So you can see how the system is in this country. And that's why we don't move forward. That's why we are hovering around in poverty. That's why we're hovering around in shame. That's why Nigeria has to be borrowing money. Nigeria has no business borrowing too much as we borrow as a nation. But our resources are being frittered away by a lot of non-state actors.
Absolutely.
And that's the sad reality of the country.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that, like I said yesterday, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, had, initiated this mining marshals to come out and, get these illegal miners, like the way they've done with, the Niger Delta region, oil bunkering and all. I think that this actual allegation by Adams Oshimole should be heavily investigated. Nigeria cannot keep suffering like this. But kudos to Adams Oshimole for always speaking out. We call him the comrade.
You're seeing it for yourself that illegal mining is not just an economic issue. It's a national security threat. The unchecked activities of mining syndicates have been linked to environmental degradation, loss of livelihood for local communities, and even funding for armed robbery groups. By pointing fingers at retired generals, Oshimole has exposed the dark nexus between crime, corruption, and conflict. Yes, this raises profound questions. Who else is involved? Are there other untouchable lives? Are there other untouchables in government or private sector benefiting from this illicit trade? And if these allegations are true, what hope does Nigeria have in breaking free from the circle of exploitation? As Nigerians grapple with these revelations, one thing is clear: silence is no longer an option. Oshimole's claims, whether politically motivated or not, have opened Paradox box. The government must address these allegations transparently. Investigative journalism, civil society advocacies, and international corporations will be crucial in exposing the truth and holding the perpetrators accountable. But it's not just about punishing the guilty. Nigerians must take bold steps to reclaim its lost billions and restore the trust in its institutions. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank TV.